Now think about how many times you showed up to the gym or watched your training partner show up to the gym. You get out the foam roller, you're on the rowing machine, maybe the air bike, you look up and see what the watt is, you start practicing some of those movements, hitting a bunch of toes to bar. Think about all the stuff you do, flossing your ankle, mobilizing your shoulders and your hips. But how much time are you taking to prepare your midline for stability? Now, if it's a running WOD with some burpees and some toes to bar, we're not heavily loading your spine, so it may not be as important. But if there's heavy deadlifts, squats, thrusters, clean and jerks in there, you might want to pay attention to your midline. So let's dive in and look at our top 5 preparatory drills. They're gonna help you with learning to maintain position of your rib cage and torso, breathing and bracing. Ultimately, what we're saying is we're gonna help you wake up that core. Now there's so many preparatory drills we can do in the gym, it gets overwhelming. This is not an exhaustive end-all be-all list, but it's definitely some of our top favorites. First, let's start with some feet up breathing. Now this might sound really simple, but you're gonna be huffing and puffing later in your workout. And yes, it's gonna come into your secondary respiratory muscles of your chest. So for us to optimize our core, let's down-regulate first in case you've had a stressful day at work or a stressful drive to the gym. We place the feet up on a bench. Yes, a wall works too, to alleviate tension from the hip flexors. That's the only reason we're in this neutral position here. And you guessed it, last chance to relax, all we're doing is breathing in and out in that belly, expanding the core as much as possible. This is not something that I would do for a lot of repetitions. This is something we would highly encourage that you do for a short set amount of time. Notice how big we're filling and relaxing. This is never forced. This is just expansion and contraction. Breathe up into your chest for me. Notice how we're not filling into the chest. The focus has to be into that lower abdominal wall. And if you're doing good, you feel like you need an advanced level, we'll throw a kettlebell right on there and fill and expand that kettlebell. Next up, overhead dead bug. This is a great one if your workout has a lot of overhead work involved in it. So first off, we're gonna get in our basic dead bug position. I'm gonna go right to the weight for you. So hold that kettlebell wherever you're comfortable with, arms outstretched. First, we're gonna brace. We're gonna breathe into that brace, and we're gonna maintain that intra-abdominal pressure as this stays fixed and this goes overhead. Nice and slow for me. Ideally, the low back stays pushed to the floor at all times, and our spine all the way through our head to pelvis, is completely neutral. This is probably a pretty good starting weight, 35 pounds for a preparatory drill. This is not something we're training for strength. Remember, it's a prep drill to wake this up. If you find a fault that looks like this, rib cage flaring or low back coming off, come back up a little bit, fix it, and then see if we can extend maybe a little farther than before. Next up, 1 rep on your ab wheel. Yep, that's it. All you need is 1 good rep if you do it slow like this. We've already set our brace, we're breathing, we're maintaining this neutral spine. If you don't have a trusty ab wheel, it's okay. Grab your barbell, throw some plates on. 1 nice and slow rep. It's all about maintaining stability with that time under tension. You can hear my breathing in and out. That's not me huffing and puffing and getting tired. We maintain that neutral spine, breathing in and out into the belly. Next up are offset loading. If you have a WOD where you know you're going single arm, single leg stuff, this is a great way to warm that up. The offset load doesn't matter what it is. Sandbag, kettlebell, dumbbell, single farmer's walk, it all works very good. We've got 100 pounds here, so we went ahead and threw the belt on. You can just with or without belt. We're gonna brace, we're gonna breathe very hard into that belt and maintain this as we take a super slow walk. We're looking to make sure the hips don't shift this way or this way. This is also a great time to check in for the day on that ankle, that knee, and that hip. Next up, our banded overhead squat. If you're good with your Olympic lifts and you do a lot of overhead squats, you might think this looks easy. It's not necessarily as easy as it looks. So let's find our overhead position. One of the first things we want to do is make sure that rib cage is not flared up. Make sure we're in a neutral head position. Nice wide snatch grip. From here, we're maintaining that brace as we find a nice perfect squat. This is forcing your upper body forward, which makes the body react against it, a lot of times opening up the rib cage where we're gonna lose our brace. So let's see what that looks like when we flare on the way down. And our fix for that, come back up, pin the rib cage, fix the arms and the head, and then work to maintain that. If we need to reduce the range of motion, it's okay. We're not performing an overhead squat max here. Now, if you look at this list, everything we've added is maintaining neutral spine position. We're preparing you for heavy loading on the top down. And yes, there's times when we're gonna pick something up from an awkward position, like a sandbag, and we may not be in ideal neutral spine position. That's okay for sport and for fun. But if you learn to maintain this position very, very well, it'll help you. If you like what we're doing and teaching you, share this with a friend and go subscribe to the channel.